everyone, welcome back to your own history learning channel, Our Past by Priya Jha. In today's video, we are going to discuss about the general terms which are related to history. When we start learning history, when we talk about history, we often come to hear the terms like prehistory, proto-history or ancient history, medieval history, modern history and so on. But in today's video, I am going to clarify the meanings which are related to these terms, and this video is extremely helpful to those who are very new in learning the subject in detail. Well, we all have studied this subject up to 10th standard, but when we enter into higher studies through the subject of history, we must know the meanings and the general definition of very basic terms. So let's get started. Now, first question is, what is history? Well, history, the word history comes from the Greek word historia, which means inquiry or knowledge acquired by investigation. So, history is basically inquiry, or whatever the information or the knowledge we acquire after our investigation. So, this is the meaning of the term historia, from which the word history is made. History is basically the study of the past. It is a discipline that inquires into the experiences of people who lived in the past. So, through this subject, we learn about the past. And past has many spheres. It can be concerned to the society, to the economic methods, or education, or many other spheres. So, history is basically study of the past. An important name here is Herodotus, who is considered as the father of history. And when we talk about Indian history, Megasthenes is considered, is known as the father of the Indian history, and he has described India in his very famous book Indica. So we must know about these things, like from which word the term history has originated, who is father of the subject and who is father of the Indian history. Now on screen you can see picture of Herodotus, who is considered as the father of history. Now friends, when we want to study the past, or when we want to study about anything, we must classify it in various parts as per the specialities or the distinct qualities, because we want to study the thing in detail. So it must be divided in various parts, then the thing should be studied as a whole, joining all the parts. So when we talk about history, history is divided into different periods, and this has been done to make the study more convenient. There are various ways of classifying the past. You must have gone through the words like ancient, medieval and modern. So in this Indian context, this is important to be discussed here. This it is as per the Indian context, because in the world the various time or various periods have occurred sooner or later as compared to other parts of the world. So here I am mainly focused upon the Indian context. In India, the periods are classified as the ancient time. It starts from the earliest times, from 20 million years ago to 6th century CE. Now what are these terms CE and BCE. So I have made a separate video on this topic also, because this is also important to understand when we enter into the field of learning history. So you can check out this video as well. I will provide you the link in the description box. It's a very short video, and after watching that video you will understand the system of dating in history properly. So ancient period is counted from the earliest times to the 6th century CE, and CE means common era. Then early medieval starts from the 6th century and ends at 13th century common era. Then medieval time starts from 13th century and ends at 18th century, and modern time starts from the 18th century until present. We are living in these modern times. So this is one way of classifying the past. Let's see another. The history can also be divided as prehistory, proto-history, and history. This has been done to make the study about the past more convenient, and also to take into consideration the special features of each periods and its distinct qualities. So now in this video itself I will discuss with you what are this prehistory, proto-history, and history. Then the history can also be divided in Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic, Chalcolithic, and Iron Age. These are different ages in which the present epoch we are living has been divided. So let's discuss about them. Well friends, on the screen you can see some tools. These are the tools which are from Paleolithic age, which I told you earlier. Now what is the Paleolithic age? Paleolithic age is basically the Stone Age, when the things were done with the help of stones. The tools were made up of stones which are visible to you on your screen. Now what is prehistory, friends? Earlier in this video I told you about prehistory, proto-history, and history. What is prehistory period? It refers to the time when there was no writing, so we cannot find any evidence of any kind of writing in the prehistorical period, and historians depend on the archaeological evidences to study about the time. Archaeological evidences like tools, then their paintings are there, archaeological sites are there, okay, wares are there. So archaeologists depend upon these sources, and there is no evidence of writing when we talk about prehistory. Now different periods, I told you Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic, Chalcolithic, and Iron Ages are there. Why these are important? To learn the division of prehistory, proto-history, and history better, we must first understand this division. Paleolithic period commences from 2 million BC to 10,000 BC. Then Mesolithic period from 10,000 BC to 8,000 BC. Neolithic period from 8,000 BC to 4,000 BC. Chalcolithic period from 4,000 BC to 1500 BC, and Iron Age from 1500 BC to 200 BC. Well friends, in the Indian context itself, certain variations are there when the history related to various parts in the country itself is studied, because development at some places took place earlier as compared to other places. Slight variations are there, but this is in the general sense. So Paleolithic period is basically the Stone Age, when all the things were done with the stone. Then Mesolithic period, it commences from 10,000 BC to 8,000 BC. From the Neolithic period, the food production started, and the tools were more sharp and made up of different materials. Chalcolithic period, also known as the Copper Age, it commenced from the 4000 BC, and Iron Age came at last from the 1500 BC. Now, friends, the Paleolithic period, which lasted from 2 million BC to 10,000 BC, can be further divided into three parts: Lower Paleolithic Age up to 1 lakh BC, then Middle Paleolithic Age from 1 lakh to 40,000 BC, and Upper Paleolithic Age from 40,000 BC to 10,000 BC. So, this was the division of various ages, where the period is divided in the form of Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic, Chalcolithic, and Iron Ages. We were also concerned about learning prehistory, protohistory, and history. Now let's see what that means. But before seeing, you can see some paintings. These are from the Paleolithic ages or the Stone Age. Here on screen you can see 12,000-year-old rock cave painting. It is from Bhimbetka in Madhya Pradesh. Then you can here see Paleolithic cave art. It is from northern Spain. And here are some clay pots. They are from Neolithic age and they are placed at Yang Museum. Then here you can see a vessel in the shape of a woman carrying a churn. This is from Chalcolithic age and at Gilat, Negev, Israel. So you can see the differences in the tools or differences in the pottery, differences in the designing of the materials in different ages. Now here you can see spearhead spear. It is from Bronze Age. So friends, and as I told you, in prehistory, we study about the time when there was no writing material available and archaeologists only depend upon the archaeological evidences like sites or utensils or pots or things like that. In proto-history, we include Harappan civilization and Vedic period. So it can roughly include Neolithic age to Neolithic and Chalcolithic cultures along with the advent of the iron technology in different parts of the subcontinent. And we know that Neolithic age commences from 8000 BC. So the period before 8000 BC, that is complete Paleolithic age as well as the Mesolithic age, can be counted in prehistory, and the period starting from Neolithic age can be included in proto-history, and it also includes Harappan civilization and Vedic period. Now, why these civilizations have been included in proto-history, and what is the meaning of proto-history? So, proto-history is a period when there are written evidences, but we have not been able to decipher the meaning. When we see the Harappan script or the Indus script, so far we have not been able to decipher the meaning of those scripts. And when we talk about the Vedic period, because the Vedas were the orally transmitted literature, this period has also been included in the proto-history itself. So proto-history is a period when there are written evidences, but we have not been able to decipher the meaning. In case in future we become able to decipher the meaning or decipher the Harappan script or the Indus script, the period will completely change, and this period will also be counted in the historical period or the history when there are written evidences and they have been deciphered. But for now, you can learn that in proto-history, Harappan civilization and Vedic period have been included because we have not been able to decipher the script of Harappa civilization yet, and Vedic period has been included because Vedas were the orally transmitted literature. So it includes Neolithic and Chalcolithic cultures along with the advent of the iron technology in different parts of the subcontinent. Now friends, you can see a picture from the ancient Harappan civilization on your screen. Now here you can see a seal. This seal is a unicorn seal and it is from Harappan civilization or Harappan ages. You can see few things are written here and we cannot decipher the meaning properly. So this period has been included in proto-history because written evidences are there but we cannot decipher their meaning, and in prehistory there are no written evidences at all. So we know that mature Harappan phase lasted from 2600 BC to 1900 BC. And from 1900 BCE to 400 BCE, well, what is BCE? It is before Common Era. And again, I am telling you, if you want to learn about BCE and the dating system, please watch the video linked in the description box. So this period from 1900 BCE to 400 BC is a period of vacuum because hardly any surviving specimen of writing is present at this period, and the oldest deciphered script is Brahmi script, which the evidences of which can be seen from the 4th century BCE. So we can say that the historical period commences from 4th century BCE. By these details, we can go to that saying that historical period commences from 4th century BC because before that period a vacuum is there as well as deciphered script is not present at all. But the historical period is counted from 6th century BCE, and now I am going to tell you that why it is counted. Because writing had a history on perishable material, one must go back to the 6th century BCE. Why writing had a history on perishable material? Because many writings were done on the things like leaves and stuff like that, which got extinct with the time. So the historical period is counted, it commences from the 6th century BCE, and the list of historical kings and philosophers of this century are available for parts of North India. So from 6th century BCE historical period is counted. So I hope that by now you must have clearly understood the prehistorical, proto-historical and historical period as well as ancient, early medieval, medieval and modern period, and Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic, Chalcolithic and Iron Ages. Well, these are the very vast topics in themselves and all the things need to be studied in detail. So I will discuss everything with you. I will make video on every important topic. If you want me to make video on any particular topic, please comment in the comment section below. And here this video ends. If you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up, comment on the video, share it with your friends.